The Season 3 episodes for Freelance Creative Exchange are recorded on Audio-Technica microphones.
Click on the show notes below to find out more. Hi everyone, this is Jace.
And Fanny.
Welcome to another episode of the Freelance Creative Exchange, where every episode we speak to freelancers about the gig economy in Singapore and beyond.
So in this episode, we are looking at how freelancers can manage their finances so you can grow and build a sustainable business.
So today, our guest is Eugene Seah here with us.
So Eugene is a life coach whose mission is to help others achieve abundance. So Eugene, can you introduce yourself?
Sure. My life mission is to help create abundance for myself and for other people. My vision for the world is that, there will be abundance everywhere. Nobody ever needs to say, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough friends, I don't have enough opportunities. Everybody have more than enough. And when you have more than enough, you start to share with each other. So that's my vision.
Okay. So maybe you would like to share with our audience what started you on this journey of, sharing abundance with individuals, with the people out there.
Sure.
Yeah.
I was just an ordinary guy climbing the corporate ladder, trying my best to hit all the KPIs. And then I climbed quite successfully. My last role was in Hong Kong, managing the whole region ex-Japan. So I had team members in India, Taiwan, Korea, and so on. But quite unhappy, but that's a different story. And the money kept rolling in, unhappy, rolling in, unhappy. And I was thinking I need to quit. So I think someone up there heard me. I said, you see, you want to quit, never quit. I help you quit. So I was retrenched in December 2013. At first, it didn't really hit me. Retrench right? Just find a job another month long. But I couldn't find a job. For 2014, for about 9-10 months, I couldn't find a job. So it was horrible. I have 3 young kids, and then my wife is a homemaker ever since my first kid was born. So that's 16 years of being a homemaker. And then at the time, I had 2 elderly parents to take care of. So it was very, very stressful. My bank account was until one day I was in Toa Payoh Safra. I opened up and I've never seen my bank account so low before. I couldn't pay my next month's credit card bill. Then I called my brother and say, hey, can you lend me money? So this was how I started this journey. Being forced to be at the rock bottom causes you to be quite creative. For some people, at least. Creative. So I decided, okay, let's be creative. Since no company wants to hire me, let's create income from scratch. So that was when I printed this name card and registered a company with
a very nice name card.
Thank you. One of my friends helped me design this. So I decided, okay, let's start something where I can attract interest, attract trust, and then I can maybe generate some income from there. So that's how I started. But at the time, not called abundance yet. It was just corporate training, not the usual. So during that time, I had to grow and learn, right? Because everything is very new to me. Like how to create a website, how to even speak to people, how to attract sales, everything I don't know. So I decided, let's learn. So I started attending a lot of networking, too long to name here. Some start at 7:30 a.m. And then some late at night. And there was one particular one, the whole night, until 6 a.m. Then let us go back. And that was my most transformational one. Because that was the one that made me think hey, I should start becoming abundant. And the way I define it is, I must first give before I can receive. I must first sow the seed before one day it can grow and give me fruits. But to do that requires time, right? So a lot of people don't trust the process. So they say, I plant seed, then I got no more seed, what? So they start to take people's fruit. That's the opposite of abundance. That's called scarcity. Right? So I'm very thankful because of all these events and all these mentors and all this experiential learning. It gave me this concept Eugene Seah, you need to be abundant first before you can attract any wealth. So I switched my mindset, and from then on, it became true. The more I help, the more I give, and then money keeps coming, opportunities keeps coming. So that's how I started with abundance.
What do you think actually helped you to make the shift, right? Because you mentioned just now, you were at the rock bottom, right? Correct. Saving is running low, especially for a situation like this. A lot of the freelancers, probably is into a very difficult situation. But what do you think is the turning point for you, right, to actually switch from, you know, being at the rock bottom and onto a journey, I would say, of success in that sense?
Okay. I think everything has to do with mindset. Right. I think all of us believe in positive mindset. Yeah, but let's be even more concrete about it. I attended a course called Neuro-Linguistic Programming, NLP. And wow, I remember it was 6 days of crying and crying and crying. Yeah, it went into my childhood, then it went into like reprogramming. Some people even call it brainwashing. Yeah, but if your brain is dirty, of course, need to wash. Yeah, so I decided, okay, this is very healthy for me because the reason why I was retrenched, the reason why I was jobless, that there must be a reason. I cannot blame external, like, oh, economy is bad, that's why I got retrenched, or my boss was unreasonable, that's why. You know, I can blame people, but then I will never reach any abundance or success. So I have to start reframing. You know, in NLP we call it reframing. In my own head, without my external circumstances changing at all, in my own head, I have to start changing the words and the sentence from like, oh, I'm so unlucky, I'm a failure, I'm a loser, these people all don't understand me, to how can I create a business? How can I attract sales and clients? You know, so our success comes from the questions we ask ourselves. So when I ask these new questions, suddenly I did things very differently. You know, for example, I went on Facebook a lot more, you know, and instead of sharing about chicken rice, or about like going to Bali, you know, I started sharing inspirational posts about my story, like how I was retrenched and how I felt. So being authentic about it.
Yeah.
And that attracted people to read. And then one day, Channel 8, 联合早报, all that started saying, hey, can you be interviewed? Can you imagine like being featured on the public media? So that created even more abundance. Yeah, so that basically the virtuous cycle started. Yeah.
But besides abundance, do you have multiple sources of income during that period of time?
Okay, so abundance, one of the framework is also creativity. Because a lot of people have a fixed mindset. You know, there's a book called Mindset. All of us should go and read it.
Okay.
So in the book, basically, let me summarize it. There's fixed mindset. Fixed mindset is like putting a seed on the table and then say, oh, it's just a seed. No, that means like 3 months later, it will come still a seed. Right? So growth mindset, you don't put on the table. You go downstairs, go to the field, put it on the dirty ground. And at first you will suffer. It's dirty, you know, compared to this table. Yeah, then wow, the rain come, nobody take umbrella.
Yeah.
Then the scorching heat shine on you. They say, hey, what's going on? How come I'm not in the aircon room? But then we all know what will happen 3 months later. You know, the seed starts to grow. So I'm very thankful that I was put in that kind of situation, you know, being jobless and then like being broke. I was even on the government financial assistance scheme. That means it's like bottom 10% of Singapore. And it started growing. That means the abundance mindset, creativity, all started growing. And I started asking myself a question again, like, hey, other than, let's say, corporate training, you know, what else can I do? Because some people don't ask that one, you know. To my shock, I'm in a association, I'm in a field association, you know, professional trainers, professional speakers, professional coaching, and a lot of people stick with that thing for maybe 5 years, 10 years on. They call it specialization. Yeah, I used to believe in specialization, right? I mean, we study diploma or degree to specialize. Yeah, but now it's 2020, not 1985.
Yeah.
You know, Google doesn't believe in specialization. Right, it's in search engine and then suddenly now into life sciences, smart home, automobile. So I decided, okay, you know, I'm actually not creating anything original. What else can I do with my talents, with my time, with my passion? And I decided coaching is the answer. So from training, I continue to do training, and then I layer upon it coaching. So imagine training, let's say if I'm super successful, it's only like maybe 10 days per month that you do training, and that's very successful already, right? Because some people can go for 3 months and have one training. Right? But then the other 12 days do what? So I can meet like 3 people per day and do coaching. At first I did free coaching. You know, I text people, hey, who wants to do coaching? I'm under this ICF thing, International Coach Federation. Yeah, very legit one from US.
Got certification.
Then you have to clock how many hours. So I decided, hey, let's do some free coaching. And then from there I gained confidence. And then I said, hey, I can do this. So I asked people, hey, how much do you charge for coaching? And I said, $200 per hour. So I calculate. I said, no, I'm going to charge $500 per hour. Then I have to do the branding and all that. At first, so expensive, all that. But now they are paying me $2,000 per month for 3 hours of coaching.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so that's the second layer. So training, continue. I'm still continuing with training and then coaching. And by the way, just training alone, I up my fee from $500 per day to $1,000 per day to $2,000 per day. Currently, it's $8,000 per day. Wow. Yeah, so imagine if I don't add the coaching, just the training alone, actually the income increased a lot.
Yeah.
And then, but I know it's not sustainable because every year there are people who graduate who do more training. So I know at some point I'll be like retrenched again, but this time retrenched by my own company. And after that, I added financial advisory. Yeah, because these three combined together becomes fireworks, because you have to talk to people, impact their lives anyway. So you coach them and train them and advise them all at the same time.
Yeah. So for the financial part of it, right? Do you think that is something that is very important for, say, a freelance professional, right? Especially at a time like this. What are some of the advice that you would give to a freelancer to actually take this time take this opportunity to relook at their finances, and then how do they actually try to make sense of it and then grow it? What are some of your advice for freelancers that's struggling right now?
First of all, I must confess that I was very, very lousy in finances, despite being in Singapore Stock Exchange. And then to my shock, actually, a lot of people who work in finance are also very lousy in personal finance. They may be very savvy in products, but personal finance is more a values thing. For example, like how our parents brought up us. Some parents are very, very like thrifty. So it's like, hey, don't take taxi, or hey, no time for no money for holiday. So that's one extreme. Then the child may grow up into an adult and start becoming very thrifty. Or some swing to the other extreme. They say, wow, I've had enough of all this thrifty. Now I'm earning like $3,000 per month. Time to splurge, time to get credit card. So I happen to be in that category. Because my parents were quite poor. No holiday, nothing. My entire childhood, no holiday one. And then no aircon, no car, nothing. I mean, not poor as in need to beg for a living, but not rich lah. So I decided, now I got credit card. Wow, time to give treats, man. You know what I mean? Like, I got girlfriend at the time. Then, let's go Swensen. Swensen very expensive.
Yeah, that time Swensen very expensive. Consider.
Not sponsored by Swensen. So I decided, let's just swipe lah. So easy. And then when the credit card bills are like, wow, can you imagine if I earn 3K, the credit card bill was 3.5K? Then no need to pay power bill, no need to pay anything already. So this was my first encounter with finances. Lousy finances basically. So I got a friend very, very good. I can't remember who now. Lend me a book from SGX called Robert Kiyosaki Rich Dad Poor Dad. Not sponsored by Robert Kiyosaki. So usually I don't like to read, but this book is a real page turner. Cash flow quadrant, pay yourself first, blah blah blah. I was like, hey, how come schools never teach us all this? I'm very glad that in my third year of working, I actually learned all this. So I decided, wait, stop overspending. Like let's say if I earn 3,000, pay myself $1,000 first, which is quite painful. You think about it. Although it's paying myself lah. Okay, more concretely since this is about practical tools. So if DBS is the bank that I credit my salary, then I open a UOB, and then $1,000 goes there, and then I don't even carry the UOB card out.
So that minimize the chance of you using money from other account.
So that's what actually it means by paying yourself first. A lot of people, including me last time, do the opposite. That means they spend, and say, hey, left 200. Okay, save the 200. Like that, how to succeed? Right? That means from day one, you are going to fail. Guaranteed. Even if you earn $20,000 per month and you spend first, confirm fail. Right? Because even Michael Jackson died a bankrupt,
Yeah.
It's scary, This is the king of pop,
I I think that is actually a very good practical tips that I think everybody should consider.
Yes.
But I think one of the
more urgent one, right?
It's like currently, you know, where actually the situation. Well, okay, maybe not just because of COVID-19. Let's say you know, in any situation, I think good freelancers is someone right who is able to manage their finances, right, and also grow in that sense their abundance from there, right?
Correct.
So just now we talk about mindset is to have the mindset of abundance, right? So other than mindset, what else do you think are something that the freelancers should actually look at in order to make themselves a better freelance professional?
So there are two main components, right? How do you earn more income, right, as a freelancer, and how do you manage that money coming in? So let's talk about earn more income first. Yeah, there are actually only two ways to earn more income. Yeah, interested to know? I mean, this is based on my reflection.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so the first way is you must first believe with all your heart that there's more income to be earned. Because a lot of people, right from step one, fail already.
Yeah.
They say, this saturated lah. You know, every line that I just told you I'm in is saturated. Like corporate training, saturated. Coaching, got a lot of Angmo, Indian doing much better than me. Ex-CEO, ex-CFO one.
Cannot do it.
Saturated. Correct or not? And then the financial advisory, saturated. Like you go to any shopping mall, thousands of zombies come and look for you, right? So everything is saturated, but how come I'm earning so much from all three streams? So first of all, in my own head, I don't even believe it's saturated. So if you believe it's saturated, it's saturated lah. So do you see? Step one. Yeah. Step one, you must first believe that there is a lot of money floating around, waiting to come into your bank account. So that was my belief.
Yeah,
I read a book called Think and Grow Rich. You heard before? By Napoleon Hill. So the book showed me that you can think about wealth and then grow rich. So everything starts from there. Yeah. Okay. Step two. Okay. So first step is you must first believe, right?
In yourself.
Yeah. Then second step is you must make other people believe. So other people must believe that you are worth that much. So that is called branding lah, obviously, right? So the first step, if you don't do branding, because you are just going to spend money on Facebook ad, Straits Times, it's all wasted. You know, SEO, it's all going to be wasted. So the first step must do first. And for me, it's use NLP lah. Then second step is branding. That's why I specialize in these two things, NLP and branding. So the first step, you will earn more and more income. Right?
So why do you think personal branding are so important, even in fact critical, right?
Yes.
In that sense, to make yours.
Just look at everything we buy, right? From laptop to even IKEA tables to clothes that we wear. You know, the brand matters. And the brand does not just mean logo lah. It's not so superficial. It's the quality, right? The reputation. All these things matter. Like when you want to buy something, go to the website, and if everybody has bad review, no matter how good you thought it was, you're not going to buy. Right? If you thought this store is good, but you go to a hawker center and then there's no queue there, you're not going to buy. So all these are branding related, not just logo branding. Yeah. So now applying that, you know, to commodities, products, applying to my life, it's the same thing. That means people need to give me good review, you know, like testimonial. People need to be spreading good words about me. The media needs to show me in a positive light. And so all this basically is all out there, the information. Just Google how to brand yourself. It's like 10 tips. Yeah, but people may not actually apply the 10 tips. Yeah, so I think branding is absolutely critical as oxygen.
So what are some of the financial tips that you would give to freelancers? Let's say they are starting out. They have minimum savings.
Okay. So the first step must do. That means you must create more income. Because if you're only earning, let's say, $1,200 per month, there's honestly speaking nothing much to manage. Correct or not? Like you barely pay bills and you still owe people money, then like me, have to call brother to borrow. Then even, you know, I tell you, you can manage this, you can buy this. Like, I got no money. So I think this first step must do very well. So let's assume that it's done well. And then now more money is flowing in. Okay, then the second step is must at least save. So that means like, suddenly $5,000 come this month. Say, hey, let's go for holiday.
Yeah.
Siao, this guy. Like, what makes you think the following month got 5,000?
That's true.
Yeah. So you must save, you know, starve yourself. So I ate cai peng, 2014 and 15. Every day 2 meals cai peng. You know cai peng, right? Like economy rice.
Economy rice, yeah.
So cai peng, I mean, you look at it like, wow, got 30 dishes there, right? Some people choose wrongly one, right? They choose the fish.
Expensive.
OMG.
Anything with prawn also expensive.
Prawn, and then the chicken drumstick. Like you reach what? It's like I'm eating cai png.
Yeah.
Then you end up eating $8.50 cai png.
Yeah.
So I budget myself. I mean, budget is part of this being thrifty thing. Yeah, so I say, I don't want to spend more than $2 on cai png. Very hard to find in Singapore.
Yeah, very hard to find.
But still possible. So if you eat only vegetable, and in certain places like canteen, whatever, you can actually buy 2 vegetables and 1 rice. Actually, I mean, now I'm quite fat. Yeah, but when I was eating the cai png, I was 10 kg lighter than now.
Wow.
Yeah. Because, I mean, every day you eat 2 cai, 1 fan. How are you going to grow fat? I don't know. Yeah, but, recently got abundance in every aspect. Wait also. Yeah, so this part must do well. That means save. If you pay yourself first, let's say if you earn $3,000, then you immediately put $1,500 into something else, right? That means you suddenly feel like, hey, how come I'm so poor? Only got $1,500, right? That feeling is very healthy. You shouldn't feel rich at all. Right? What about your retirement? You think CPF, I mean, especially freelancer, no CPF. Right?
Yeah.
So you have to do what other people do for CPF for yourself. Yeah, but first you need the money to be set aside. Okay, so this is absolutely under this second bucket of managing money. You must do this very, very well. Make sure it is very thrifty, save first before you spend. Okay, ready for more?
Yeah. Of course.
Okay, so the more, the one quite complicated. Let me put this aside. So imagine there's a soccer here, soccer field.
Okay.
Right. So soccer field, there are 11 players.
Yeah.
Then I need to place the 11 players so that I can win the game. Where am I going to put the 11 players? Am I going to put all of them near my goalpost?
No lah. Spread them, right?
Yeah. What will happen?
Yeah.
Some people do that with their money, You think about it. They say, very dangerous. I don't know anything about stocks. I don't know. All this kind of insurance endowment. I don't know lah. Later not guaranteed. It won't come back. So in the end, they put where?
The bank.
Yeah.
I mean, the bank is there. It's safe. You can go to ATM, withdraw. But then it's growing at lower than your inflation. I mean, inflation basically means your kopi last time 80 cents, now 150 lah. So imagine now just the kopi alone. You have the same amount of money, but the kopi is now more expensive. So you kept saving for the kopi, but now when you withdraw, how come I cannot afford a kopi? It's very sad now.
That's true.
Because you have this safety net thinking that I have the cash there, but when you actually withdraw it to buy something, you cannot afford it. Okay, so obviously that's not the right method. Then the other extreme, especially people who have dealt with stocks before, they start to put all the player charging at the goal. I mean, it looks like very exciting game lah, right?
Yeah.
But then one day, you charge, then the person just lob the ball only. You die. There's no defense here, what? Yeah, so quite obviously, common sense tells us that you should spread out the players. Yeah. So same as money. Our money, after we set aside it, then the money that we set aside, right? Then time to manage it properly. Correct? I'm not talking about the money that you spend, the one gone already, with Singtel, with with your mortgage, HDB. Yeah, but the money that you save, if you continue to put in the bank, that's where you lose. But if you put all the money in stocks, that's where you may potentially lose. Yeah. So that's the part where you need to place this one, okay, let's buy this stock, blue chip, maybe DBS. And this is not a stock recommendation, just arbitrary. Yeah, and then maybe place some in endowment funds. And personally, I'm from Prudential, so I support Prudential. And then this one defense, I think my term insurance not covered fully. I only got 200k. Let's beef it up to 2 million. And then put some people there. And then you guess goalkeeper means what? Goalkeeper
is the bank?
Cash, yes. Wow. Yeah, so I must still put in the bank lah.
Yeah.
Because anytime I go to ATM, at least there must be money sitting there. So my advice is you must at least have 12 months of cash inside there. That means 12 months of your expenses must be sitting in your bank.
Before you think about diversifications?
At the same time.
Okay.
At the same time, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, in the ideal scenario, like let's say if I was a bachelor for many years, but unfortunately not, because the first year I started work, immediately I got married already.
Okay.
Yeah. That's good for marriage, but not so good for finances. Yeah. Yeah, but let's not go there, just in case my wife watches this. Yeah, so if you have the luxury of time, then of course, like, just keep beefing up your cash before doing other things. Yeah, but I didn't have the luxury of time, so I have to do everything at one go. Yeah, so I put some in stocks, and SGX stock that time was very, very good price. No, not so much. Yeah, and then put some endowment, like my children, when they are born, I immediately bought endowment. So that one, like, compound long term. And then my defense or term insurance, how much do I need? So every year beef up a little bit. And then my cash continue to keep putting there, from 6 months to 8 months, 8 months to 12 months, and so on. Do you see how this works? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope this analogy is helpful.
Yeah, it is. Definitely. Because I think a lot of time what we are hearing from freelancers is usually they will say, I'm a creative, right? So I don't know all about money management,
correct.
so I don't know, I just put it in the bank lah. So these are some of the common response that we got from freelancers. So for people like that, have you ever encountered people like that?
Many. In fact, MAS, our Monetary Authority of Singapore, they did a survey, and majority, I think 60+%, actually don't know much about finances. A bit sad, I'm not even talking about freelancer now, I'm talking about even engineer, even MOE teacher, even the principal. They don't know much about finances. Like, maybe they know what insurance to buy, but that's it. But I've been giving advice on this. And then a lot of people don't know what's a mutual fund. Because we don't learn it in school, right? Even, banking and finance students, of course, they know what's mutual fund, but to my shock, they never buy mutual fund. So mutual fund is very simply put, plain vanilla language, is put like 30, 50 stocks, 100 stocks together, is called mutual fund. Very, very simple. And the risk is obviously lower. Because if you put 100 stocks together and one go bankrupt, your money is still there, what? Yeah. And then above that is called portfolio. That means put a few mutual funds together. So like technology fund, China fund, emerging market fund, put together is called a portfolio. And then a lot of people have never heard of portfolio. For freelancer, portfolio means artwork.
Artwork.
So portfolio has many meanings. So financially, portfolio put together. Then the risk is even lower now. That means if China fund not doing well, I mean, let's say it's not global crisis now, it's only China crisis. Then at least your portfolio is still okay. Yeah, so basically I've been advising people on that.
I think it's important for the schools probably to start actually,
teaching.
Educating.
Parents should teach, schools should teach, your boyfriend should teach.
It's no longer like somebody else's business, right? Because it's actually really your own business, especially for freelancers, because they have no, how should I say, they have no, like what you mentioned, some of them have CPF as well, right? So it's like retirement, what are you going to do, right, after retirement and all this.
It's actually very easy to build your own CPF, because, I mean, what does CPF do? Every month they force you to put a certain amount there, and then they grow it. That's it. And then you're not allowed to touch it until what? A very old age lah. I mean, they keep shifting the goalposts. So you just do it for yourself lah. Right. Every month, like I mentioned just now, put money aside first. If you don't even do that, forget about CPF lah. Then after that, from there, then you allocate which one is insurance, which one is endowment, which one is stocks. Okay. Then depending on something called risk profile. This one can be quite technical. That means like how much risk can you take? Some people say, oh no, a very low risk one. In that case, then don't buy stocks lah. Buy a group of stocks like equity funds. Then from here, buy some 20-25 year endowment where it guarantee give you money back plus 5% every year one. So that's your CPF. Very simple.
So in the current situation, right, how has the COVID-19 actually affected? Or does it have any effect on you?
Very good. Okay, so put this soccer aside. Okay, this goes back to how I began building up my company. Right. So in the first year when I started, it was a bit like freelancing because it's like, go to this school, like Choa Chu Kang Primary School, train for 2 hours, and then people say, hey, are you free? Go to Hangzhou, train for 1 day. Also, very, very freelancer model. But I decided to reposition myself. So in essence, it's still freelancing. But it's just the way I explain to people. Looks like I'm the CEO of a large company. I mean, starting from the name card to the website to your Facebook page to what people say about you on 联合早报, 958, all that, right? So now people feel, wow, this guy And then the title also, right?
Yeah.
Chief Coach. Yeah, I mean, chief means you must have other people lah. If you are alone, cannot call your chief toilet cleaner lah. Yeah, so I do have 6 coaches under me. Yeah, so I call myself Chief Coach. Yeah, then I decided, okay, time to build. Okay, so just now I talked about training, I talked about coaching, then I talked about financial advisory, and this year is the perfect chance to do online coaching. Through Zoom, not sponsored by Zoom. Yeah, Zoom is free if you limit to a small number of people, and then it's very cheap if you want to grow it.
Yep.
You know, I paid like $300+ for the whole year of subscription. I mean, it sounds like, wow, $300+, a lot of money, but without that putting in, then you will not attract anything out. This is also abundance principle. Yeah, so I've been doing 4 rounds of Zoom coaching, and then next Tuesday is my 5th one, and so on and so forth. Every month I will have Zoom coaching, and that brings in extra income.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How has the online coaching, how would you say are the differences between online coaching and like really a face-to-face coaching?
I still much prefer face-to-face, of course. Yeah.
But do you think the online coaching will take over the online, the offline, even after this entire crisis is over?
Okay, this crisis is a very good chance for people to start online. Yeah, but it will take very long before it fully replaces.
Okay.
Yeah, for example, like even in finances, right, there's robo-advisor. You can actually go online, like straight away plan your retirement fund and all that. Very few people dare to do it. Correct or not? Like if you have question, ask who. Then if the funds go sour, you blame who? At least you can blame your financial advisor, paint a spray on his wall or something. But now it's like robo-advisor is like, hey, you kaki lai one, you own self choose. Yeah, so I think people don't have that trust and even knowledge, right? Because schools don't teach us so technology is not a problem now. Technology has everything necessary for you to have, let's say, a pre-recorded training. That means you don't even need to be there. You know, like after the crisis dies down, you can go to Bali and then people still download at $9.99 or whatever. Yeah, so I'm building that. And then there's also live coaching. That means like people want to see you on Zoom. Yeah, so you can do that once a month, twice a month, up to you. Yeah, and that's regional. Imagine before I launched this, people had to be physically in Singapore to be coached by me. But now no need. I got a South Korean, just went online, Indian, Taiwanese. Yeah, so it's like, wow. It's just one each lah. But next time, grow. There'll be a South Korean. I wanted to say cluster. Yeah. wrong word. South Korean community. Yes, community that is coached by me. Indian community and so on. So I foresee that this is going to go very big. But at the same time, I love meeting people because of my personality. So, but now I can pick and choose. Because the worst thing to meet people is to be salesy, correct? Like you meet people and then, hey, want to buy my coaching? That's like very salesy. People hate it. I also hate it. Yeah, so in order to free myself up to meet people without thinking of sales, then all this online is providing me the financial muscle. Then I can meet people freely, make friends. Then if he buys something from, like 3 months later, 3 years later, I don't care. Because I'm not urgent for money. Yeah, so I think it's complementary rather than replacing.
How long do you think this whole situation, I mean, of course,
the COVID-19. Wait, let me. Okay. I give it about 1.5 years.
Okay.
Yeah. This is like crystal ball. However,
right? It's about that. The government also predict that it's going to take about a year.
Yeah, I mean, the healthcare experts all say about 1.5 years. But even after the COVID-19 dies down, the finances will still stay poor for a few. Because the factories like close down. Like to restart a factory, to restart a distribution channel, and then your supplier bankrupt, I mean, there are quite a lot of companies closing down now. Yeah, and then like, who's going to supply you those parts to put together now? And then your distribution channel. So basically, the whole thing have to somehow restart again. And then that will take another few months to restart. Very scary.
It is.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter because, okay. This is something it's called E plus R equals O. Have you heard of it?
E plus R equals O.
Yeah, I want to attribute to this guy called Jack Canfield. He wrote a book called Success Principles. Okay, summarize. So E is external circumstances or external events. Yeah, that means like COVID-19, whether economy does well, all this. How do I know? Like it's all external. Yeah, but to me it doesn't matter because I mean it's like whether you want to, let's say, go picnic today with your kids, right? It's like, oh, raining.
Yeah.
Then are you going to like sit there and sulk like, why raining? I wanted to go picnic.
Yeah.
Well, all adults, right? I mean, only children. Even children sometimes also don't sulk. Yeah. So like, no mind, it happened. There's COVID-19, okay. No, there's bad GDP, okay. Or there's retrenchment, okay. No, but let's just put it aside. The R is the magic. You guess what R is?
Relationships.
Response. But relationship is part of your response. So response is an umbrella word lah. Under response got branding, got marketing, got building relationship, got networking, got your skills. A lot. Like at least 1,000 things under this thing called response. But first you must recognize it's there lah. Because some people the whole day just keep thinking like, how I wish COVID-19 quickly go over. Like what are you doing with your life? Every day got 24 hours, what are you doing? Like go to watch TED Talk, learn NLP, like do something with your life. That is the response. In fact, if with the appropriate response, right, every crisis is good. I mean, sorry for everyone who passed away or whatever, but for you who haven't, I mean, you're healthy, right? Yeah, so response is good because the crisis is just the external, and now it's forcing you, like it forced me to start this Zoom coaching. So it's good. Without this, and now I have time to write my book. It's been delaying for like 4 years already. You know, I've been writing very, very slowly. Now I have time to finish my book. Now I have time to go Muay Thai. I just came from Muay Thai actually. Muay Thai, you know. So now suddenly I say, hey, good. Everything that I've been putting, procrastinating, hey, this is the perfect year to do all this. Imagine this year you don't do, then when are you going to do? like including spending time with children, all that, right? Like this is the perfect time. Work from home. Wow, perfect. And then finally it's the O. That means the outcome. So your external events, okay, plus your response would result in the outcome. That means your outcome is almost equally determined by response as well as external circumstances. So I use this a lot, and therefore I don't really care whether it's going to drag on 12 months, 24 months. I mean, that's what, let's say 5 years. Then my Zoom will thrive, man. It'll be a multi-million-dollar business for my Zoom coaching. No more physical coaching, never mind.
I think that's great, because I think at the end of the day it's really about your response, right? Because I think a lot of people, I mean, we hear, of course, a lot of people are whining, asking, what can the government do for me, you know, and things like that. So I think, this is important, right? Rather than to go there, right? I mean, of course, if there's additional help from government, that would be great.
It's bonus. It's called bonus.
It's bonus, right? But if not, then you must think about what you yourself as a freelancer can do to actually, whether is it take a course, go for a break, training, or actually even coming together to form new business model.
Yes,
I think that
coming
is,
together. Other than abundance, I like synergy. Like 5 trainers, if you are good in video or you're good in sound, I mean, that's what you did, right? Really congregating people, synergizing people. Wow, it's beautiful.
So we have one last question here
Sure.
that we ask all our guests. So that is, if you could give one piece of advice to your younger self.
When
your
you
were just
younger
starting
self.
out. What would it be?
Very powerful question. Advice, okay. So what I envision, younger self, I envision a specific timeline, which is when I first lost my job.
Okay.
So in 2014, I actually wasted 9 months trying to look for a job. So now when I look back, right, if let's say I was retrenched in 2013 December, and straight away, let's say I celebrate Chinese New Year, and March, I straight away print this name card, go networking, then my success now will be 1 year earlier. But I mean, if there's a parallel universe lah, but things not so straightforward one. But I find that a lot of people like to overanalyze. They call it analysis paralysis. Like right after watching this video, some people may go toilet, go watch movie, go watch Netflix, and forget everything I said. Correct or not? It's so sad. Then why watch this video in the first place? The whole point of us making so much effort to make this video is so that like you can take action, right? So my advice for my younger self as well as you, which is probably quite young, is that don't overanalyze. Like, oh, but I don't like writing on Facebook. Oh, I don't like to what? Print name card lah, waste paper. Everything don't. Then okay lah, don't. It's okay lah. Then slowly drag until your bank account runs zero and borrow from Tai Long lah. Can. But my advice is don't wait. Just do everything I just said. Right, print name card, introduce yourself as a coach, as a consultant, as a what, and then like go out, network, synergize, bring people together. Everything I've said. Yeah, start doing right after this video. That's my advice.
Great. I think that's very sound advice.
Thank you so much for your advice.
No problem.
So if you do enjoy our show, please click the like button and leave a comment below.
Subscribe and hit the bell so you won't miss our next episode.
And most importantly, join our Creative at Works community as well as our Facebook and Instagram.
You can find Eugene Seah on Facebook and LinkedIn as Eugene Seah Abundance Life Coach.
You can also sign up for his online coaching session through Zoom.
Yes.
Until then, bye. See you next time.
Bye.